Okay, so it's truth and confession time. I enjoy being single and okay, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I like being single. I like meeting new people and but at the same time, I do miss being in relationship with someone. Waking up next to that person that we truly care for each other, like each other a lot. Just waking up to that person that you're so connected to. It's not just a physical thing. I miss that. I miss sharing a moment, just chilling, sharing a moment with someone that it's not just physical. We really, really are connected. But to be honest, I was, to be very, very honest, in a relationship, I was selfish. I was a narcissist. I was a very miserable person. Looking back at my relationships with men, I was a very selfish person. It was always about me, 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 me. And I was always seeing things from my side. I never saw things from their side. It was always me. But I was the type of person that needed to be validated every second of the day. You know, it was always me and, my this and my that. And I never stopped to think how they must have been feeling. How they must have been feeling dating a transgendered person like myself because they've never dated a transsexual before. I came into their lives. And I never stopped to think how they must have been feeling because I was too busy being selfish, negative, you know? I was so into my own little world and my own self, you know? And I needed to be validated every second, like especially with my last ex, no matter how much this boy told me how beautiful I was. He'd be like, you're beautiful. And he never liked me wearing makeup because he's like, why do you wear makeup? You're beautiful without it. I don't understand why do you need to put it on. And it was like, I was always like he's like, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. And no matter how much he told me how beautiful I was, no matter how much any of them told me how beautiful I was, I just never believed it. No matter if they told me 5 times a day, 20 times a day, every second of the day, I just never believed it. It's like I need to be valid. Okay, you told me I'm beautiful. Okay, I'm feeling good for a second. And then if it's, I was just such a self centered person, narcissist. That's what I was. I never was willing to compromise. I never appreciated any of them, especially with my last ex. With my last ex, he was such a good cook. He would, invite me over to his house and he would make me dinner, and he'd be like making me dinner and setting up a movie and, doing all that stuff, trying to please me, and wash my clothes. And he was, and I never appreciated it. And I never wanted to hear anything but what I thought that I should hear. With my last ex, especially, he's like, you know what? I don't know what type of guys you've dated, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth. You may think I'm trying to hurt you by telling you the truth, but I'm going to tell you the truth. And he would tell me things that I'll be like, why do you say that to me? Why do you say that to me? It's like, because I want you to know the truth. And I would be just mad at him for telling me, like, why would you say that? He's like, I'm going to tell you I'm not going to tell you things that you think that I should tell you. I'm going to tell you things that are the truth. You know, I never appreciated anything. I never wanted to hear anything they had to say. It was, tell me what I think you should tell me. I never compromised. I used to say that, the reason all my relationships are bad is because of my first two ex. That, because they did something bad, that I never trusted anyone after that. And I always put it on them. But the truth is, a lot of this started from my childhood. Now, I mean, then I had this wall up with Rottweilers and Pitbull, and, no one could get over that wall that I had built. I started building it from my childhood, and then once I got to start dating, then it just got higher. And then after that, it was just no one could get over that wall. And I would put it on my first two ex, like, because they did this and they did that. That's why my relationship with men is so horrible. But the truth is, I had some part into it. I had some blame into it. You know, I was just so selfish, and I let my past, destroy that. My last ex boyfriend said, you know what? Don't let your pride ruin us. Because I have this pride thing. You know, I can't believe how, looking back, I can't believe how selfish I was. And I was just pretty much sucking the energy, the life out of a lot of them. I was just such a bitchy, moody person. I was bossy. I can admit that now. Back then when it'd be like, you're so bossy. I can admit that now. I was a bossy person in the relationship. I never let them be a man. Like my last ex would say, you know what? Let me, because certain things, like for example, I had to get something and he'd be like, let me do it. And I'd be like, no. And he's like, please just let me be the man. I want to be the man. Like, just let me be the man and just let me do what I'm supposed to do. And I'm telling especially my last ex, that boy was such a pleaser. He always wanted to make sure that he enjoyed pleasing me. He enjoyed cooking for me. He enjoyed pleasing me in every way. He enjoyed that. But at the same time, he was very blunt and very honest. I never stopped to think what any of them must have been going through, especially my last ex, who, he was dealing with a situation with his ex-girlfriend, and they have a son together, and, what they must have been feeling about themselves, especially him, about their sexual identity, what it must have been like. I came into their lives, a transgendered person who they never dated a transgendered person before. They didn't even know what a transgendered person was. But I was just so in my own little world, all about me, 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 that I never stopped to think, oh my God, what they must have been feeling about themselves. I was, and if any of them come across this, I'm so, so, so sorry. If any of my exes are watching this, I am so, so sorry. So, from the bottom of my heart, I'm very, very, very sorry that I was that person. And I never want to be that person ever again. I've grown, I've matured. I thought, if I could date someone who, you know, did all the things, then I would be happy. I was trying to look for happiness in them. But as I've learned, I will never, I can't find happiness in other people. I have to find happiness in myself. Nobody else can make me happy but me. And even when they were trying to do what trying to make me feel good, I was still never happy, never satisfied. And I was just a horrible person to date. I was horrible. I was a horrible, I can admit that now. I was a horrible person. Selfish in every way. You know? Selfish in every way. And I'm embarrassed and so ashamed of the person that I was in a relationship. Horrible. Like, that's not the way a relationship's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be one sided. It's not supposed to be me, 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 me. I was always so, you know, okay, waking up to them and it would be like, oh, I'm feeling good. And, they did this and I'm feeling good. And I never stopped to think, to even hear truly what they had to say. They was like, why are you so mad at me? What did I do now? What did I do now? And a couple of them, we fought like cats and dogs. Okay? Like, it was just, wow. I can't believe, as I'm talking, start to remember more and more the person that I was. Just this negative energy sucking. I was always, oh my God, this happened to me and that happened to me, and, pity person. I never want to go back to being that type of person. Never want to go back to being that type. They say you don't know what you have until it's gone. And that's so true. Like, especially with my last ex, oh my God, the guy was just, oh my God, he was just amazing. Out of all my exes, the last one was the best one. He was so blunt, so honest, so honest and so blunt. He didn't try to tiptoe around me. If I did something, he wasn't going to be like, okay, no, I'll let her, you know. He would tell me, you know what you did was wrong. He's like, you know what? I'm not trying to hurt you, but I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you things that are the truth. I'm not going to tell you something that you think I should tell you to make you feel good. I'm going to tell you the truth because that's the person that I am. And I would go around and be like, oh my God, I can't believe you just said that to me. You know? And every second of the day, be like, okay, call me. I always had this thing of, if you say you're going to call me at 5 and you don't call me at 5 and you call me at 5:30, I'm thinking you're up to something. And he would be calling me like at work, be like, okay, I'm calling you. You know? That's just the type of person I was. Just need to be validated, needed to, and even then, after all that, still wasn't happy. And I'm just so sad to remember how I was, because that wasn't, I don't know who that was, you know, that's a person I would never want to be ever again. So that is my truth, my confession, you know, of how I am or was in a relationship. And I haven't dated anyone in over 3 years, oh no, over 4, 5 years now. You know, because I was picky. Oh my God, picky, moody, narcissist. You name it, I was. You know, I was always taken, but never given back.